Hello there, everybody. It's Tertia here, and I'm back bringing you guys a special Tri-Com in which me and a few of my friends are going to be talking about the future of Call of Duty. So, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hey guys, it's Go17BC here. We're doing another commentary like he said, but this time we have a guest with us, my friend Tyler. If you're subscribed to
Hello.
me, you'll have seen him before. So yeah,
I'm Go123Ty, for those of you who don't know. It's probably all of you.
yes.
Alright, so I want to start off with saying my thoughts on the future of Call of Duty and how we're probably going to see the next evolution, or maybe even talk about the next COD killer that some people think that could be on the horizon, but personally, I really don't think it's not. But the future of Call of Duty, especially with Call of Duty Ghosts, we are seeing not a big step in towards Call of Duty, towards the like graphics. I mean, yeah, the graphics have been upgraded. There's been a lot more stuff added onto the game, but it's the same engine. It's the same feel of it. But as much as we know, there's not much innovation except for the multiplayer dynamic maps, which I think was a little bit similar to Battlefield 4's Skyscraper Falling, because they just released that multiplayer information about a new map for a pre-order, and it's like you're in a skyscraper and it basically falls down the same way as Battlefield 4. But take it whichever way you will. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. To say about the COD killer as well, I think Call of Duty this year is not going to top sales of Black Ops 2. Like, I feel like the days where new people just keep coming to the franchise is gone. Like, I think Black Ops 2 is gonna be like the peak of their empire, I'll call it, because they did make this like generation all first person shooters, which can be interpreted as a good thing or a bad thing. That's up to your opinion. But what I think could kill it this time is Destiny, for one, because it's just Halo was really their only competition, like major competition that people pointed out. So I feel like Bungie can do that. Or, I don't think Battlefield 4 is gonna top it, because that would just be too, like, picture perfect, the two franchises that had all the competition topping each other. Or Grand Theft Auto 5, because after seeing that trailer, it just makes me think that that game is going to probably be the #1 selling game of all time. Which, now that I say that, I don't think so, because what keeps Call of Duty going is kind of the younger kids on there, who make up the majority of people on there. Which, when I say younger, I mean like the 13 to 15-ish range, because there is the occasional 6-year-old on there, but we all know how that goes. Yeah. So,
I think... Wait, sorry. No, keep going. Or not. Okay, I think Battlefield 4, not Battlefield 4, but I think the Battlefield series will end up ruining Call of Duty, just because of the fact that it keeps getting more realistic, and nowadays, like, with the next generation of consoles coming, you can see that the gaming industry is pushing towards more realism, besides for those occasional games like Saints Row and like the zombie games and stuff. But I personally think Battlefield and any other games that come up in the next generation that are more realistic will end up killing Call of Duty unless they actually change for the good and don't just like keep using the same engine. Because they say it's a new engine now, but it's actually just the same engine, but reskinned, basically.
but did you see those fish? They swam out of the way.
Which is the other thing. They're using, like, fake gimmicks, too. Like, that was back, like, they had moving fish back in Mario.
Yeah, 64.
That was quite funny because everyone pointed out that, and And the reason why, next pointed out, I'm not sure if you guys have saw the interview, but the interview was with that main guy talking about the fish. One of the producers to go in and film the commercial was like, "Oh my God, look, those fish are moving. What's this guy doing over here?" And he's like, "That's this fish. Nothing really special." And he's like, "No, we have to put it in the video." I was like, "All right." And he did it as a joke. And he actually wanted people to reference Mario, the movie Fish and Mario. So I was like, eh. But the thing about realism, we are striving in video games, more or less shooters are striving to a more realistic look in terms of graphics, not necessarily in gameplay. Because if you really want a battle or a war type simulator, there's Arma. There's that Armor 3 and those games. Though that's more of a survival battle war simulator rather than Battlefield and Call of Duty, which are still arcade shooters. Sure, they might have aspects of military realism in there, but all in all, it's still an arcade shooter.
Yeah, and to go along with graphical improvements, we're at a point where graphics can't really get much better. Like, people said when the PS2 came out, it's never gonna get better than this. And then the PlayStation 3 came out, it was like, holy Jesus, it got better. But between the PS3 and PS4, there isn't really too much that's like, oh my God. I mean, games still look amazing, but they're not like the big gap as there was before. So we're kind of like going to the point where we're at the top of the hill and we're just kind of resting there.
Well, no, because if you look at it and you compare, say, Infamous, like Infamous 2 and Infamous Second Son, the graphics look a lot better.
Yeah, but that's just that one series, though.
But
overall, there's nothing that we've seen yet for the next-gen consoles that are like, oh my God.
Well, that's also because if you think about it, the developers are just using this technology. If you look at Infamous 1, I'm gonna keep using Infamous for some reason. If you look at Infamous 1 and Infamous 2, the graphics sort of improved. But if you look at some of like the very first PS3 games compared to the PS3 games of now, there can be quite a lot of differences in the graphics of the games. And I think as the PS4 and Xbox One go on, the graphics will significantly improve.
I agree with that, because everybody thought there was no more you could do with the PlayStation, and then The Last of Us came out, and people were like, there's still so much you can do with these consoles. So, yeah. So, we went a little bit over our time frame, so let's end it here. This has been Ghost 17 BC with
Tertia here.
And go 1, 2, 3 time.
So yeah, that'll be the end of it. Leave a like on all the videos if you enjoyed them, and remember to subscribe to me, Tertia, and Tyler. We'll see you guys later.